From the greatest soccer city in America, St. Louis, Missouri, where the sports roots run deep. It's the MASL on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Joey Zanaboni alongside my best friend Matt Rocchio. 60 minutes of soccer action in front of us, though of course with the St. Louis ambush, you can probably expect more than that.
3 straight games that have gone into overtime, 4 of their last 5 of the season's 9 games here for the ambush. We might be getting some extra soccer. It's going to be an interesting one here with the Empire Strykers because both these teams just finished facing off against the Tacoma Stars. Very different games. Ambush losing in a shootout. The other side, the Tacoma Stars, just absolutely just laying down in front of the Empire Strykers 10-3. So very different games last time out. How does that change this matchup? We'll see.
Ambush with Robbie Christo doing a good job up top, replacing Duduka.
Absolutely. 4 games, 4 goals for him, scored in his last 3 straight. He's been huge for this ambush offense, but it's the defense that needs to step up tonight. Paulo's been doing a lot of the work. He's the league leader in saves, but he needs to do a little bit less work. The defense has to step up. Those last-second goals, like the one against Tacoma, can't keep happening.
Ambush Strykers right after this on Golazo.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
Society has an obligation to help others when others are struggling. Families can become distressed because they lose their father. Now a mother's forced to raise their 3 children. How does she get a job? How does she create the means to take care of her kids?
For nearly 30 years, National Core and Hope Through Housing have changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of individuals, providing housing, offering hope, transforming communities. National Core and Hope Through Housing, building the future of community.
MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. Think you can predict the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. It's St. Louis Ambush Soccer, live from the Family Arena. Ambush and Strykers on a special night at the Family Arena. This is Kick Cancer Night. Ambush in specialty jerseys. As we get ready to go, these will be auctioned off to benefit Siteman Cancer Center and their Discovery Fund. Jeff Locker and his guys out there for a good cause tonight, and out there after a W against the Strykers team they beat back in December.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting rematch here. Things are different for the Strykers. The thing that we're going to have to talk about the entire game, Joey, no Brian Orozco today for the Strykers. They're going with Brandon Gomez in goal. That's a big change there because, frankly, Orozco's been the best overall goalie in the entire league. We got to give best shot stopping to Ejimadu, but when you add in the offensive game that the Strykers play in the way that Orozco has added to it this year, he is the most dynamic overall goalie in this league.
And you got to give a lot of credit to our goalie as well. Paulo, the Brazilian Rob Lowe, he's leading the MASL in saves. He'll get the start tonight for the St. Louis Ambush. The captain, Chili Willie SK. Daniel Turrialba, who's fourth in the MASL in goals. Christian Briggs, Jeff Michaud, and Super Mario Falzone out there to start for an Ambush side once again in the specialty teal jerseys. On the other side, for the fellas out of Southern California, managed by Anua Obasi, the Strykers will have, as Matt mentioned, Brandon Gomez in net, Ali Somo, Polo Hernandez, Steven Chavez, Munir Alami, and Justin Stinson, who's a native of St. Charles, just outside of St. Louis. He's in the starting lineup for the guys in the white and the purple. Ambush had never gone to Southern California and taken one from the Strykers, but about a week before Christmas, went out to the home of the Strykers and captured a 5-4 victory. Oddly enough, that's the only win this season for the Ambush that has not come in overtime or beyond. I think we're all hoping that they can take care of business once again in just 60 minutes.
Yeah, it hasn't happened many times this season. 5 of the 9 games this season, the last 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5, as we talked about in the pregame. Just so many extra time games for this team. We'd like to see it happen here in regulation after these 4 quarters.
Only game of the weekend for the Ambush. Meanwhile, the Strykers, they'll stay busy going back to Tacoma to take on the Tacoma Stars.
They shellacked them last time. Let's see if they can do it again and see if the Ambush can force a little loss here and a potential streak for the Strykers.
That Strykers contest against Tacoma will happen on Sunday. We're happy to have you with us on a Friday night from the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. Let's play soccer at Axios Field.
How much does this change the Strykers' game? Can Gomez bring that same kind of punch? I know the Ambush wouldn't mind seeing a little bit less from the goalie. They just get to go back to their regular game plan if that's the case.
Daniel Turrialba jars it forward. Jeff Michaud, who's got 5 assists on the season, taps it back to Christian Briggs. Looked like he might have wanted to get off, pauses and plays it off the wall to Super Mario. Falzone, who had a highlight goal here against the Comets in late December, one of the best of the season, the MASL, gets stripped the other way. Come the Strykers, and Paulo gets his chance early. Stones Munir Alami diving out. Good save for the best of the business so far. Strykers will take it back on their side of the yard.
Defense has got to be tighter today. Again, if they're going to add in that 6th attacker with the goalie and Gomez staying creeping forward a little bit here, and if they can add that 6th attacker, this defense has to have their positioning down. They have to have their rotation solid. Because too many times they have been irresponsible in front of Paulo.
Stinson, usually he's got more distinctive hair than he has right now. He's wearing the captain's armband for the Strykers. Creeps it back toward the equator. A minute in, ambush and Strykers MASL soccer action on Galazzo. Somo, threading right side, gets by SK off the board, straight to Nowheresville. Michaud pokes it back toward the goal line. Falzoni, stripped by Alami, the Strykers' leading scorer. SK helps clean up the loose change. Ambush back in possession with Christian Briggs. And a key goal against the Comets in a January 4th win for the Ambush. That came in shootout fashion. He gets an easy one, settles it down as the Strykers switch. Randy Martinez, last time we were here, New Year's Eve, had a walk-off goal in overtime. Lays it up against the wall to Robbie Cristo. 3 goals and an assist. Pardon, 4 goals actually and an assist over the last 3 games for Robbie.
Scored in all 3 of those games. Can he continue that hot streak? We'll see. And he's one of the big players where if the Empire aren't going to push Gomez up as much as they would in a normal game, Cristo is going to get a lot more playing time than usual because that point man on the Ambush has to take care of 2 players because they stay man-to-man against a 6-man offense like the Strykers have. And so if Robbie can be out there and not have to worry about the defensive side of things, that means more minutes for him. It means more chances for a guy who, again, has scored 3 straight games and has been crucial to a jump in the offense for the Ambush.
Bad luck as Paulo hit it on the linesman, but they do right by him. Stop play, give the Ambush a chance to launch it toward Robbie. He had the shootout winner in that January 4th contest against the Comets. Big Rob Williamson also had a good game against the Strykers back on December 19th. Slams it off a defender and reserves back to Paulo. Less than 3 minutes into it. Scoreless in St. Charles, Missouri. Long ball played by Paulo. Touched by the torso of Cristo. Half bicycle Peloton work trying to get it in the middle. Had Gates there, John Gates lurking close to the goal. Started back over with Andres Chalba. Chalba to Cristo. Shot blocked. Another whack at it for Robbie. Stoned again. Felipe Dutra on the block. Recycled back through Paulo as we had 11:45 left in the first quarter. Paulo goes lobby. Chalba trying to run onto it. Now trying to crowbar it off the wall. Slips forward, Ryan Kidu. Played back now through Gates.
No JT Thomas, no Lucas Almeida for the Ambush. Ryan Kidu has been entered into the lineup, played well in Tacoma, been brought back for today. Also into the lineup for the first time, Julio Varela, back in St. Louis, back with the Ambush, and back to hopefully being a crucial part of this lineup.
And we've talked about some key faces missing for the Strykers as well. Orozco, the goalie, not here. Marco Fabian, the Mexican legend, not here. And
2
another
huge,
key guy,
huge absences.
Isak Somo, not here as well, among others. Robert Palmer, another guy who's so huge on the defensive end for the Strykers. Of course, we know him and his brother, who's still with Kansas City.
Just massive,
Berto
massive
not here either.
holes. Defensively, offensively, in between the sticks. It's tough to go on the road in this league, and the Empire Strykers have unfortunately not been able to make it easier, although screamer of a shot there from the local man.
Stinson stings it. Paulo parries it. Ultimately up with the fans of the Family Arena.
So this really defines kind of the stakes of this game. If you're the Ambush, you absolutely cannot host a team like this missing their 3 stars and not walk away with points.
Stinson defeats a friend in the corner, and they didn't like all the shuffling around it. Ambush will take it on a Strykers foul before Antonio De La Torre could do anything with it.
Yeah, Ant Powell, a little physical there. I like the play. You'll get away with that a lot of times, but just not that time.
Friday Night Lights at the Family Arena. 10:33 left in this opening stanza. Jeff Michaud, little whirl and go, tries to play it up to Big Rob. Stolen by the Strykers. Stinson shot deflected backside. Paulo kick save on Alami, deprives him again. In the corner, Colin O'Keefe Heavy pressure from Somo, and Paulo comes out to shield it and ultimately fall on it before Steven Chavez could fire a poker it. Long ball to Riley Uri, a former striker. Uri got tripped there, no whistle. Michaud, he scored twice December 19th against the Strykers, has it taken away just inside the gold line. Alami and Dayerson Gratterall get in on that. Stinson taps the brakes as Big Rob fronts him in the corner. Helicopter work by Gratterall, out of play, 9:42.
Yeah, much got to watch themselves there. Too much ball watching, as it was a clear turnover. They were fighting for it, but it was pretty clear the Empire had the handle on that ball, and yet no one was getting back. Almost created a 2-on-1 opportunity. Rob Williams saying the only reason his hustle cut it out.
Julio Varela gets a
Same
touch,
thing
and now a
there.
long ball by Briggs, stopped by Gomez. Oh, the ambush knocking on the door, but cannot finish it off. Gates stoned by Gomez, indeed.
Gomez 0-1 this season, has faced just 13 shots and allowed 7 of them through.
Good block by Martinez.
But what a way.
The next one finds its way onto the crossbar.
An absolute,
Strykers take the advantage.
an absolute torture for the Strykers. How about that? Coming off the big save. That's a quick turnaround. Gomez, maybe the biggest save of the season so far, and maybe the most impressive goal we will have seen
Walter
so
Diaz.
far. Woo! I tell you what, Walter Diaz, screamer from just inside the goal line.
Number 31, Steven Chavez.
And they will give Chavez an assist on it, it looks like. 1-0 Strikers, a little less than 6 into it. Torrealba trying to change it in a hurry. Torrealba ends up just wedging it forward into the midst of Gomez. You're right, though. End-to-end action.
Wow. That's such a turn in their favor. I don't think the Ambush were prepared to go down like that. Again, against a team that's just doing this now without 3 of their biggest stars. How about the step up there for Walter Diaz?
Good steal by Torrealba and SK. Quito sprays it off the wall. Gomez comes out with a fire extinguisher. That's playable for Stinson. Another one off the wall to himself. Won't get the second shot off.
I knew it was going to be something impressive, but Walter Diaz, that is his first goal this season and just his 4th of his 9-game career in the MASL. Congratulations to Walter Diaz getting his first goal in the season. Starting that young career out with a banger for goal number 4 in your career.
Quito on a foul against Stinson.
That's the kind of thing you got to do when you're missing a player like Fabian. Players have to step up. Attackers have to step up in his place. And out of the gate, Walter Diaz, first goal of the season. I'd call that stepping up.
Advantage Strikers, they're just 1-3 on the road this season, 2-5 overall. Ambush 4-3-2 overall. 2-1-1 at home. Snakes through somewhat dangerously. Falzone gets it out of the ambush end. Falzone, not much, surrounded by white jerseys he could do. Somo gets through, maybe a little tug. Williamson influences it away. Chalbad, ball in the back. And there's a blue card, taking out the first we've seen in the game.
That really just happened?
2-minute power play. St. Louis, too many men.
I mean, they ran for a full 20 seconds with 6 people on the field, Joey. The fact that went uncalled for that long is incredible. Why did it go on for so long?
Too many teal shirts out there, and Torrealba is going to serve this too many men penalty.
I think that's the most egregious too many men penalty in the history of this league.
Power
I believe
play.
I'm going to need them to break it down on the show this next week. I know that's usually for questionable calls, and that's maybe the most obvious call in the history of the league, but I believe that may be the most egregious too many men call in the history of the MASL. Unbelievable.
Strikers have scored just 2 power play goals this season. Won't get their third, at least not yet. Paulo stops Stinson again. Squirts to the boards. Somo can't get through Gates. Ambush miniature golf it to Michaud. Down the fairway now to a running O'Keefe. And Collin dancing on the board against Stinson. Burning time off the candle. And he gets whistled for a foul as he tries to win it back. Ambush this season have given up 4 power play goals. Have killed 67% of the penalties they've faced. Guys out of Southern California, they've converted just 25% of their power play opportunities. Have less than 90 seconds left on this one, leading 1-0 with about 7 left in the first.
I think they might have practiced having to face an extra attacker too many times this season, Joey, and just got a little forgetful in the moment.
Michaud jars it away from Alami, and Paulo hamsters out to smother it. Paulo, confident with the feet, slides it to Williamson, back to Michaud. Gates up the wall, runs into Stinson. Somo collects the loose change. Good work by Yuri to muscle it away from him. Michaud leads the charge, unleashes the right foot. Oh yeah, baby! Jeff Michaud launching a missile into the freezer like he's bringing a bazooka to a cryogenics laboratory. Short-handed goal, and the Ambush have evened it up 1-1 in the first.
Michaud's been having a huge season. 9 points in 7 games. He continues his hot run.
Media timeout. Strykers still on a power play, but we're all even. Ambush, Strykers on Golazo.
One, two, three, let's go. I see you staring, but don't want no smoke. I hear you talking, but I'm here for the show. Don't get it twisted, baby, I snatch souls. If you murder, she wrote. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I see you staring, but don't want no smoke. I hear you talking, but I'm here for the show. Don't get it twisted, baby, I snatch souls. If you murder, she wrote. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I see you staring, but don't want no smoke. I hear you talking, but I'm here for the show.
MASLsoccer.com, your ultimate home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. Catch the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and so much more. Tune in to Soccer Signal as staff writer Joseph Reyna and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass. Don't miss Soccer Signal every other Thursday on MASL TV. Halfway through the first, Jeff Michaud. Who needs 5 guys on the field, or 6 guys on the field? Michaud out of the back. And Michaud, he has owned the Strikers this year. It's shaping up to be a good season for him, especially against Empire. He evens it up 1 goal apiece.
Double-digit points already on the season for Michaud. 5 goals, 5 assists. One of the handful of players here on the Ambush averaging over a point per game. Really, that offense has continued to click. The question here, the rest of this game and this rest of this power play, can the defense hold up?
St. Louis and Empire, you're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Still can't get over the penalty, Joey.
Torrealba still serving it. There was a little bit of disarray on the Ambush side.
Though, hey, if we score goals like that, I'll take 6 guys on the field anytime.
I mean, at some point, we need to get like a freeze frame of just how egregious that 6-man really was.
Awami almost found a gift. Couldn't get the shot off clean. Waning seconds of the power play. And Torrealba will emerge out of the box. And he'll surprise Stinson.
Oh, dribble it.
Gomez out. Still chasing here is Torrealba after hitting the shot wide. Pounced out after him like a possum popping out of the medicine cabinet. Took him by shocking surprise.
You know, he wants that one back. Had a chance, just 2 dribbles, and he would have put himself in a perfect spot to really aim that one and put the ambush up there. But great job coming out of the box. Love the hustle from Torrealba. That's all he's done all season. He's hustling, and it's put him tied for 4th in the league in goals, and right there on the top chart for total points as well. 13 so far for Torrealba.
And one other note, I don't think that serving the penalty, because he's just kind of a random guy to serve it, I don't think that'll add to his total, but 16 fouls does pace the MASL for Torrealba as well.
He's an aggressive player, that's for sure.
Plays hard. He's been a great addition for this ambush roster.
Yeah, not a lot of guys on this team who have ever really been able to go 1v1. Really nobody. Even Will Eske, the best player on the team, isn't really a one-on-one kind of player.
There's SK. Starting Torrealba and Cristo downfield. Torrealba laces it straight into a defender.
He's going to score some of those, so you got to just let it happen. But you'd like to see maybe a little movement on the ball there when you have Cristo, who's on a run. Will Eske, again, the best overall player on this team last couple of years. When you're running like that on a back-heeling defense, you got to pull the strings a little bit as a playmaker.
Shot blocked by Hernandez. It's Martinez and SK on the ambush side of the field. 4 to play in this opening 15.
Any team that knows how to drill against a ball-handling goalkeeper, it's Empire. Paulo's got to watch himself.
Out Paulo. Header by Ciro Oliveira. SK holds up the tide. Kudus Lawal, the former Milwaukee Wave man, can't get through him. Lawal just added to the Strykers roster.
Well, always been a really solid player. Good system guy. Takes care of the ball. Brings aggression when they need it.
Lawal scoring. Hopefully not tonight. Stinson moving laterally with it. He's played the lion's share of the minutes. Samo, one of his fellow starters. Held at bay by Yuri and Cristo.
Gomez really pulled back compared to what we'd see from Orozco. So, I mean, the ambush have had to change their game plan a little bit, but all that's meant is just reverting to their normal game plan. So a little coaching had to be done early here once the news about the goaltending change came. But really, ambush didn't have a lot of idea of how aggressive Gomez would be. I think they actually would have expected Clayson instead had they gone with anybody but Orozco. But here we are with Gomez, and here we are seeing a more normalized 5-man attack from the Strykers. And ambush so far aren't having too many problems dealing with it. 6 shots on goal.
From the right side to the foot of Malsoni, puts it on the top shelf. Ambush lead.
Mauro Falsone has been such a crucial addition to this attack. You had Duduka and him with Torrealba the first few games. Now with Duduka out, him, Cristo, and Torrealba have been present for the majority of the offense. Again, Michaud's having a big season as well. Falsone gets his 4th goal of the year, and this is a beauty. Just sticks his leg out, perfectly angles that one into the top corner. That's one of the best kind of redirection one-touch goals you'll ever see.
And how much ground did the ambush cover in just a split second? Paulo to Gates.
2 from Gates.
Right to Falsone, who knows exactly what to do with it. The ambush leading for the first time tonight.
Nice little goal there for Mario. If we're going to call him Super Mario, then yee-hee!
And Super Mario signing and tossing one of the Seidman Cancer Center balls into the crowd. Every time the ambush score, fans get a souvenir Seidman Cancer Center ball. Everything tonight is about benefiting Seidman Cancer Center's Discovery Fund on Kick Cancer Night. The ambush are wearing special Seidman Cancer Center Let's Kick Cancer Together jerseys in the game. The Ambush are auctioning the jerseys to benefit Siteman Cancer Center's Discovery Fund. You can place your bid on tonight's jersey right now by visiting stlambush.com. De La Torre and Diaz. Diaz with the goal right now for the Strykers. Julio Varela. Great to have him back in the fold now that 2026 has dawned.
Huge
Forces
addition
it back.
There we go. Gomez getting involved. Ambush will play the goalie involvement a little bit differently than most teams do. A lot of teams like to zone out that 5v6. Ambush will stay in a man-to-man, and the point man will have to take 2 players. Kind of like what Rob's doing right now, splitting his man Alami and the goaltender.
Stinson trying to go to work. Strykers, a lot of passing. It's back and forth. Trench warfare here. Nothing easy. SK trying to keep him out of the danger zone. Good work with Kido to stifle that as they tried to get going down the left side. Under 30 left in the first quarter. Ambush 2, Strykers 1. Gratterall, who had a pass blocked there a moment ago by Kido, plays it back. Launched by De La Torre, well high. And with 19 left, Ambush get it back. Paulo thinking things over. Rolls out to Michaud. The short-handed goal tight. Christo back to Jeff. 10 seconds, pass behind Briggs. Little trouble controlling off the wall. Hits it into the wall. Last gasp for the Strykers. Steven Chavez cut off well. Torrealba zooms back to help Michaud defensively, and we go to the second. Ambush 2, Strykers 1. From the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri, this is MASL Soccer on CBS Sports, Golazo Network.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or 2.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
Pretty even first quarter from the greatest soccer city in America. Ambush Strykers. Ambush scored the first goal shorthanded because of this. There's that freeze frame for you, Rockio. Six teal jerseys.
Usually we never get guys full steps from the dotted line like that. That is one of the more egregious six-man you'll ever see. Great job by the production crew getting that shot for everybody.
Luckily, though, Michaud scored from distance. And then
How about that?
later, Falzone, assisted by Gates, made it a 2-1 Ambush lead. One note for you, it was announced that the first goal of the night for the Strikers was assisted by Chavez. That has gone down officially as unassisted. The Diaz hammer blow. That got the Strikers out to a lead before this man tied it up. Michaud heads it somewhat awkwardly off the wall. Paulo went chasing. Torrealba strings it. Falzone trying to spring O'Keefe. The Strikers take control. Sandwiched on the wall, Anthony Powell. Goes by just Ant on the back of the jersey. Ends up with Hernandez and Gomez in the purple keeper's kit. Parabolas downfield. Somo, I think he got a piece of Torrealba there. Torrealba holding the face and protesting with the referee as the Ambush ejected.
Am I allowed to call questions if you're only holding your face while talking to the referee?
That's why you're the best analyst in the league.
I'm just like, if you're only holding your face while you're talking to the ref, it seems like you might be doing a little acting.
Gomez, long ball. Torrealba gets that head to it. Walter Diaz emerges off the wall, feeding Chavez. The Strikers set up top. Hernandez plays it out wide. Christos sticks a boot in for the steal against Diaz. Works its way back to Ant.
A little risky from Christo.
The Strikers checking into this game with just 28 goals scored this season. Ambush checking in with 44, up to 46 after the 2 strikes tonight.
See if the Strikers try to pull the Ambush away and out of position with this man-to-man system. They're clearly playing with the way Colin O'Keefe is tracking his man, the way that Christo is having to run a lot. He's obviously going to drop off a little bit here and try to zone out, make a little switch here, but a lot of man-to-man movement here from the Ambush, something that the Strikers could take advantage of if they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paulo! I haven't seen something get shut down like that since I signed up for Verizon midweek. Walter Diaz, the man stopped on the diving effort by Paulo. I got a little smile out of Rockio.
I didn't get that one.
There was an outage from Verizon.
This is what happens when you're an AT&T person. You just don't. Your phone coverage is so consistently bad, you don't ever see news like that.
Oh, for the old telegraph days. Can't hack a telegraph. Paulo. Gates looking for Quito on a laser downfield. Maybe climbs the back of Diaz, ends up with it. Gates wanted through for Yuri. Off the wall goes Gomez. Quito with the head. Gates still challenging. Headed down by Lucas Ramallo. And Paulo, easy work of it in the back. League leader in saves. Good find. Falzone wants another. Blocked by Stinson. Falzone comes crashing through, wanted a second chance. It's Martinez, a distance from the goal. And Martinez plays it back on the lily pad with Big Rob.
I was hoping Paulo was going to get his second assist of the year. Would have been an impressive little movement there. Falzone,
oh, that's well done. Yuri Falzone!
Take it that way.
In the zone!
It's a better way to do it.
Yuri, the former striker, slipping, slithering, sluicing through, and Falzone, it's on a platter, baby, like linguine and clams. Eats it up for his second of the night, gives the credit to Yuri.
The
right
ambush
away.
do not get those easy goals nearly enough. Usually they don't end up hitting that killer pass. But Riley Yuri, when a guy's that fast and his center of gravity is so low, his balance is crazy. He's like a running back in football. If you don't take out Riley Yuri completely, you give him any footing, and he's going to stay on balance, stay over his shoes, and he's going to keep that pace, because you know, and Empire Striker fans know, he is a speedster. What a dribble by Riley Yuri. What a pass, and then Falzone, perfect job following the play on the backside. He's a goal scorer's goal scorer. He gets goal number 5 on the season.
Yuri was with Empire 2023, 2024. Picks up the apple. 3-1 ambush, just north of 4 into the second. He's shaving up. It could be a big night for St. Louis. A short-handed Strykers side looking very vulnerable. Somo trying to beat Varela. Varela forces it into the corner. Paulo has to use the blocker there, the
Ooh, he's gonna get handball.
And he was almost out of the box. He was being pestered heavily. And this will go in favor of the ambush.
No handball there, mainly because, like you said, a little pestering too heavy from the Strikers, but risky play there from Paulo. He's had a couple of those this year. Oof. Not much
On
better.
the wall, immediately given away by St. Louis as Chalban cannot secure. Chavez. Scissors toward the corner, off glass. They want to call in deep.
Number 3.
Diving through Alami, he said Briggs pushed it.
I think he did.
Number 3, Empire.
Torrealba tries to slice it through, and it gets sent to the fans by the Strikers. This will set the ambush up quite favorably. On the other side, on that almost handball by Paulo, that was Kudus Lawal, who was cited for a foul officially. Ambush go to the top of the bow and arrow. 9:56 left in the second, up by 2. Well, Michaud blasts through another one. Briggs off to his right, Krista to his left. Chili Willie in the corner. He goes toward Torrealba, maybe in the corner. It's disrupted by De La Torre. One back by Torrealba. Back heel roll. SK in front of the core sign. And down goes De La Torre. Favorable whistle this time for Empire. It's Chili Willie SK, the ambush captain. And my niece's soccer coach gets cited for foul.
Foul number 14.
And what's the reviews on him as a coach?
Excellent. First thing you said to her was, "Is your dad a soccer announcer?" It's not a very common last name I have, as Paulo slides out to stop Stinson. He coaches locally with the St. Louis Stars soccer program.
Is your dad a soccer announcer? That's so great.
He knows what it's like to tune in on CBS Sports Golazo.
Does she know? Did your niece know what you do? Did she know who he was talking about?
She's our biggest fan. She's your biggest fan,
Oh, how
Rock.
about
You know,
that?
every
Okay.
time I see her, she says, "How's Rock doing?" She's only about 8 years old, so.
That's why I was wondering if she understood. If she was like, no, is he talking? If she knew he was talking about Uncle Joey.
That's right. She knows. She listens. Sometimes I'm sure.
Oh man,
a little reluctantly.
As an Uncle Joey, do you just get to say cut it out whenever you want to?
That's right. You know, I haven't ever gotten the uncle tag. It's really just been Joe or Joey. We're pretty casual.
Come on.
I know. Hey, when you're on TV, they get familiar with you one way or the other. Granero out of the referee's crease.
Empire really haven't pressed the middle of the field very often, especially the deep part, middle of the field. They're having a little switch here. You can see the battle between Rob Williamson and Chavez, but actually looks like that's going to be Powell down there now.
Stinson knifes it off the wall.
But
Volley goes wide.
Up until these later possessions, they just haven't really been putting it and forcing it into the middle as much.
Yuri looks at the back post and misses. By the way, that was Ramallo on the other side who missed the shot for the Strikers. Yuri almost burns his old team again. Gomez, it won't matter. Somo knocking down Gates. Ambush will take it back. 7.5 left in the second quarter. Lead still at 3-1. Randy Martinez. Falzone, who's got 2 of the 3 goals, backheads it. It Dolphins up to the fans. Ambush in charge at Axios Field, Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. 7:26 left in the second. Ambush 3, Strykers 1. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer on Galazzo.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. St. Luke's alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases. Make an appointment today.
Ambush and the Empire Strykers halfway through the second quarter. Ambush will be back to take on the Milwaukee Wave Saturday, January 24th, with an early kickoff of 4:05 p.m. Central. The first 1,000 at Family Arena will get a free rally towel courtesy of Greenleaf Procurement. Check out the channel guide at maslsoccer.com to find all the dates, times, and streaming locations for all the major Arena Soccer League games.
May we ask for your attention while our cabin crew demonstrates the safety features on this flight.
We're ready to take flight once again.
Now slowly wait from the left to the right.
Shout out DJ Prue for making us feel like we're in the cabin. And he's got the fans waving the flashlights as Randy Martinez waves this one to the left side of the field with his head. Falzone goes for it and gets whistled for a foul.
I don't mind a little flight back to the Inland Empire, if I'm being honest, Joey. A little chilly here in STL.
Inland Empire, I think it's about 30, 40 minutes outside of Los Angeles. It's got to be warmer there, right?
I mean, you just assume so.
Weather in Ontario, California. I'm asking chat GPT right now. Says it's 18 degrees Celsius. I got to change that. 65 Fahrenheit, as this gets skee ball toward Gomez.
We play this game in freedom units, Joey.
SK. Williamson never gets that. Strykers back at the controls. Falzone, though, back heels it to Williamson. Back to Falzone. And he misses high. Gomez starts him quick.
Hat-trick watch, by the way, from Falzone.
Alami spinning. Chalband. Hit one of his own guys, Torrealba, with it on the clearance. Second chance. Squeaks it up the wall. Clever move by Torrealba. Earns a little breathing room. Big Rob. Across the equator. 6-10. Ambush 3. Strykers 1. Torrealba scrutinizing things. One-on-one against Alami. Alami with the left foot, the red boot. Gets it away slightly. Recovered well, though, by Torrealba. foul on the wall. Set the ambush up with a set piece as Kido gets sent to the green mattress by Steven Chavez.
Do you have an ambush number stored in your phone yet? If not, you should do it now. So when
Falzone gets that hat trick, here's your number.
The number is 636-284-8410.
Thank you, DJ Prue. Thank you, Robbie Cristo.
Your Empire, the last thing you want is Robbie Cristo getting an easy open turn like that at the top of the key. They got to close out those middle plays. Perfect play by the ambush. Colin O'Keefe's low, drawing a lot of the attention. They pull Robbie in from the perimeter across the middle there, and he gets a great turnage into that shot. A couple more of those, Robbie will have 4 games with a goal in a row.
Cristo had a gorgeous finish here. That was part of the MASL Goals of the Week catalog after he scored on New Year's Eve. Big stuff from Robbie Cristo as he barred down one against the KC Comets. Always love scoring against them. Oh, good move by Diaz, made break slip, but Cristo gets in front of it, gets the block. Ambush the other way. Torrealba. He's got the call right as Felipe Dutra hot air ballooned it into the netting above the glass. Torrealba, who was on the MASL Team of the Month, he's lurking close to the goal. SK joins him down low.
Torrealba, you see he's pointing, he wants it.
The shot instead to Cristo. That's rejected at the source.
Got to figure out what the point is. I got to decode what the point means for Torrealba. He was pointing across his body towards the goalkeeper like he wanted the ball there.
Cristo playing some ping pong off the glass with his head. He's the one who was blocked by Ramallo on that restart. Now deep in the back, Dutra straight to nowhere. Michaud knees it back to Paulo, and Paulo eases it back to him. Jeff Michaud with 4 minutes to go in this second. Forward, Yuri couldn't quite catch up to it. Falzone challenging with SK. Both of them trying to dig it out on the board. Falzone sprinting after it. It's Dutra. Tries to go out wide with it. Falzone's like, what did I do?
Foul number 12, St. Louis. That's his second.
Super Mario, a couple of fouls now in the game.
Yahoo! Williamson's got a man to watch here. I think that is Alami down there with Williamson in the box for the Strykers. Can they get him the ball, or are they going to be kept to the perimeter?
Somo out on that perimeter. Somo makes a little space off the board. Big Rob makes it difficult. Nothing doing for Alami in deep. Paulo takes it out himself. Soft laser wants Yuri, challenged by Stinson. Ball squirts to Somo. Ooh. Big Rob bulldozes it away, and Yuri gets sent down by Somo. Ambush takeover on a set piece. 2:47 left until halftime. Ambush 3, Strykers 1.
Ambush can't complain with how any of this game has gone, but no reason not to add to this lead here. Push a little bit. You're up 3-1. You're generating good looks, especially up until about 10 feet from the goalkeeper, but not enough shots right now. Just 3 shots on goal in this second quarter. 9 for each team, though. It has been a slightly slower game than I think we expected.
They each had 6 in the first.
Just 3 here. That's just much slower game than we expected.
Briggs in the corner.
But again,
Hernandez gets there first.
When you take away the offensive punch of Orozco, you take away the defensive stability of the second best, just pure, just even shot-stopping goaltender in this league, if not best overall goaltender in this league. and it's just the confidence factor, the defense, the balance between the offense and the defense. Just completely thrown off for Empire.
And again, there's no Marco Fabian on the Empire side.
That adds to another just complete. The defense doesn't have Palmer, offense doesn't have Fabian.
Good header by Big Rob. Torrealba smashes it off the wall. Falzone almost took it out of the mailbox.
If I'm the Strykers, just a 2-goal deficit even at half. You're feeling pretty good about where you're at considering what you came in with.
SK pocket knifes it forward. Falzone looking for space. Chavez was all over. Less than 90 left in the second. Ambush up by 2. Falzone's got 2. Back toward SK, off his boot to Torrealba. Tipped away by Powell, and Torrealba cited for the infraction with $1.16 left in the change jar. We'll have Angela Sharp with a member of the Ambush coaching staff down on the bench going into the halftime break. Alex Bostavansky will get you caught up on the MASL at half. We'll have stats and highlights for you right before the start of the final 30 minutes. Dutra slashes one wide. Stinson wins it. Misses off the board. Paulo partial deflect off the board with the glove. Gathers it up as O'Keefe was in the area with him. Finds an angle. Groundhogs one. Toward Chalban taken away. Alami can't penetrate the Ambush defense completely. About 30 left. Thinking about it was Dutra. Ease off Chavez. Chavez wanted Stinson, not on the same page. Easy tweezer work for Paulo. Plucks it up, now with less than 20, lets it fly. Cristo took a shot there in the back of the head trying to win that. It was Dutra on the defense. Now Stinson from the head of Alami. Stinson winds up, gets it blocked by Chalbad. Springs to the fence, 6.6 left in the second quarter. Ambush 3, Strykers 1. Ambush have not won a game when trailing at half this season, but have been good going into halftime or when tied at halftime. 4-1 when tied or leading going into the halftime break this season. It's Stinson on the ground, and Alami tried to feather it. Paulo pounces on that. Takes the last grain of sand out of the hourglass. Strong first half from the St. Louis Ambush. St. Louis 3, Empire 1 at the Family Arena in St. Charles. We've got the irreplaceable Angela Sharp with us this evening, field side, and she's headed over to the bench to get a member of the Ambush coaching staff to talk about this very strong 30 minutes.
Looks like it's going to be the belated birthday boy.
Happy 29th birthday to Jamie Swanner. Let's go to him and Angela.
Hey, that's right. I am down here, Coach. Well, we got to be feeling good. The score looks good. What are you going to do to make sure the motivation keeps going into the second half?
I just think we have to press a little bit more. We've been a little sluggish the last quarter. It wasn't what we normally do. Shooting the ball off the boards, we got to follow much better. But, it's a good team we're playing against, so we have to make sure we do our job first.
Yeah, they had some good looks, but you're right. The shots were a little low during that second quarter. So are we hoping for more shots and more goals into the next half?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Look, I love it when he's smiling at the end of the day. I'm going to let you get in there. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck to you today. Back to you guys.
Goalkeeping legend and St. Louis Ambush assistant Jamie Swanner joining Angela. Thanks to them. We'll be back with halftime. This is the Major Arena Soccer League on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Shoot! He scores!
How goes it, folks? This is MASL in 5, back for another week. Hope everyone is doing great. Things are heating up across the league, and there are some big matchups happening this weekend. I've only got 5 minutes to fill you in, so let's get to it.
Inside for Lima. Lima with a strike, it's wide. 5 seconds on the clock. Caceres, it's a heel flick goal. Nani Mendoza levels it with 3.3 seconds at the Excesso Showwear Center. The Tacoma Stars have forced overtime.
Nani Mendoza with a flair for the dramatic as he ties it up at the death for Tacoma last week against St. Louis. Overtime solved nothing, so they went to the shootout. Michael Ramos beats Paulo Nascimento here to put the Stars up. And then on the next play, Robbie Cristo can't put it home. Tacoma pulls out the unlikely 7-6 comeback win over St. Louis. It was a big week for San Diego, who traveled east. First stop was Baltimore. The Blast shot out of the gate, scoring the first 3 goals of the game, but the Sockers rallied back, scoring 5 in a row. San Diego showing its resilience. They take down the Blast 9-6. The next day, the Sockers were in Utica, and again, they were down early by 3 goals. Once again, though, they managed to rally back. Boris Pardo, huge between the posts for San Diego as they scratch and claw for the 4-3 win over UCFC. Empire was in desperate need of a win against Tacoma, and their offense finally woke up in this one. They were absolutely dominant, scoring a season-high 10 goals. Marco Fabian had a marker, and Alan Perez paced the Strykers with 4 points. He was the game's first star as they thumped Tacoma 10-3. 2 of the league's oldest rivals locked horns once again in Kansas City as the Comets hosted the Wave. It was tight the entire way in this one, but ultimately the Wave just a bit too much, winning it 7-6. Mario Alvarez had 5 points for Milwaukee. And it was a special day and week for Comets broadcaster Nick Vassos. The city of Kansas City proclaimed January 8th to be Nick Vassos Day, and the Comets honored the longtime broadcaster during the game. 30 years Nick has been calling games for the Comets. Congratulations, buddy. One big matchup this weekend, the spotlight. San Diego travels to Milwaukee to face the Wave. Arguably the league's top 2 teams so far. The Wave knocked off 8-4 in their lone meeting of the season back on December 7th. Kickoff is 7:05 p.m. in Milwaukee. Let's take a look at your scoring leaders thus far. Zach Wright continuing to dominate with 23 points. His teammate Rion Marquez second with 17. And then 3 guys knotted at 16 points apiece. Sanchez, Charlie Gonzalez, and from Baltimore, Donatus Mello to round out your top 5. Your players of the week: in goal, Boris Pardo from the San Diego Sockers. Offensively, his teammate Nick Pereira getting the nod. And defensively, Mario Alvarez, Super Mario from the Milwaukee Wave. Let's start with Nick. He had 4 points and was named the first star in the game as he helped rally the Sockers back from a huge deficit against the Blast. Mario Alvarez, fantastic against the KC Comets. He was also named first star in that game. 5 points in the contest, 2 goals and 3 assists. And in goal, Boris Pardo, fantastic between the posts. He stopped 11 of 12 shots against UCFC to help San Diego come back in that game. Your plays of the week now.
Back out wide, Silva, down low to Pinal. Option is Alves. Off the boards to himself. What a goal!
Tetsane to Nacho, across the Regan. Top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies.
Danny Waltman was our first. Azalami fires it. Que golazo! Yuri calls his own number off the boards. Correa goes sliding. Cristo, wide open goal.
Chavez breaks out. Chavez speed. Chavez down the wing. He scores! Chavez, what a run to tie the game at 5!
Trust your team. Oh, Regan almost got it over Willie B, who flew into the air like Superman.
Here comes Sanchez. Sanchez thought about it. Now he'll try the left-footed shot, and he rips it home. Sanchez is perfectly healthy. A left-footed blistering shot gives the Wave a 1-goal lead.
5 seconds on the clock. Caceres, it's a heel flick goal. Nani Mendoza levels it. If Beretta makes the save, Tacoma Stars have a win. Cristo on the run-up. He's wide. The Tacoma Stars fight this game off. They get a win. They stay perfect at home.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the Major Arena Soccer League, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Ambush with a 3-1 lead at the Family Arena despite being outshot on goal 10-9 tonight by the Empire Strykers. Ambush in control of the game and perhaps a chance to win a game in regulation tonight.
You haven't needed too many saves here from Paulo, just 2 tonight on those 10 shots for the Strykers. Game really slowed down here in the second quarter. The thing I will throw around here for the Strykers, though, 2 goals to make up, and they only have scored 1 goal this entire season in the third quarter, and that was at home. No goals in the third quarter away. Can they change that in a crucial moment tonight?
Rocchio with the deep cut on the stats.
Always, baby.
How about the first 2 quarters of the night? Fans are out. Spirit of St. Louis Dancers, they're out at the Family Arena. Empire Strykers were the first team to put one in. Early, it was a good save from Paulo that kept him off the board for a moment. Chavez took his chance, and then Diaz, well, he didn't miss it. Buries it in the top shelf. Give the Strykers a 1-0 lead. That did not last too long as the Ambush, after a bad too many men on the field penalty, got a steal. Yuri and Michaud combined for it, and then Michaud unleashes over Gomez, the keeper. Big stuff from Michaud. Paulo, Gates, Falzoni. One of the prettier goals scored this season by the Ambush. Falzoni, he's on hat trick watch. Had an opportunity stifled by Stinson. But then Riley Yuri set him up on a silver platter. Great dribbling from Riley Yuri. Falzoni, easiest goal he'll score all year. He scored 2 of the first 3. That one assisted by the former striker, Riley Yuri. Paulo
couple of big-time efforts in net. MASL leader in saves this year. Paulo keeping the Strykers to just that early strike and doing a good job to lead the ambush really on both sides of the field. Ambush 3, Strykers 1. We'll be back with the second half right after this on CBS Sports. Golazo.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. St. Luke's alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases. Make an appointment today.
Want more MASL action? Follow MASL and St. Louis Ambush on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to MASL TV on YouTube, where you'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. Good view of the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge in St. Louis, Missouri, spanning the mighty Mississippi. Jeff Locker and his St. Louis Ambush team a 3-1 lead as we come out of the locker rooms. Ambush will have the opening tap from the center circle. Different goalkeeping matchup than we were anticipating tonight. Gomez between the pipes for this squad managed by Anua Obasi. He's hoping that Gomez will get a little more offensive support. Paulo and co have seen to it. The Strykers have been limited on the offensive end. Third quarter has not been their quarter this year. Get a whistle right out of the gate. 7 seconds in.
Quite the way to start. Empire potentially need the best third quarter of their entire season up until this point here in St. Louis. Down 3-1, offense has been stagnant since they scored the opening goal of this game.
Torrealba almost has one fall for him. Coming out of a foul against Lawal. Michaud bobsleds forward to keep this one in the Strykers' end. Briggs plays it back through SK.
Well, you got to give some credit to the defense. I mean, only 9 shots on goal allowed by the Empire Strykers, and really the Ambush have been able to capitalize their best scoring opportunities, but not much else.
Falzone, another hat-trick attempt. De La Torre finds it difficult on the way out.
Good job getting through all that mess. Ambush pressing hard, but De La Torre, silky dribble through traffic.
He's one of their key guys, especially with the likes of Fabian, Palmer, and Orozco not here tonight. Stinson's taking a lot of shots.
Misses wide on that. SK shish kebabs it away from him. Picked back up by Alami. Played to Stinson. He's a former Ambush 2019-2020, part of a very good Ambush team that also featured Zach Ragetz back in the day. Starting out with the Comets. Somo creeping to the gold line. Cut off by SK and Michaud. They're up high with Kido. Big Rob comes out for Alami. Alami rolls it. Defers back through Hernandez. Stinson on the wall. Ure eyeing him. Somo tries to take it to the gut. SK gets down for a block. Headed forward by Kido. Wanted Ure in transition. Right to the Strykers bench. Teams change. Romalo.
Make a purchase at the merchandise stand near section 121. Once again, it's your last chance to purchase a bag of balls for the Backstoppers ball toss.
Off the wall, Romalo.
Oh, good move there. Chavez had a chance to turn it there. Couldn't make the final connection after the little dummy opened up space.
But still, though, everything in the midfield for a Strykers team that needs a couple to even things up.
They're getting more people across the gold line instead of 4x1. Getting a 3x2 going here with your offensive push. Switching a lot of the players. Right now it's Alami and Diaz who are switching a lot here, but looks like they're going to put Polo Hernandez down low. What a shot!
Almost sent into the upper 90 by Gratterall. Luckily just misses. Ambush will take over. After a foul by Ure playing a little bumper cars in the middle of the field. Strykers finally find their shots. Luckily, this is that junction of bar and post. Varela fending off Lawal. Lawal sells it. Gets a foul on Julio Varela.
Foul number 96, Ambush.
Julio back with the Ambush, the soon-to-be 30-year-old out of Watsonville, California. And commits the foul. Somo.
They did a good job of kind of pinching and trapping Somo in that right top corner every time he gets the ball for the most part. That side of the defense for the Ambush has been successfully locked down this game.
Stinson trying to help him out. As is Gomez. Surfboards toward the equator. Stinson playing with it in the fishbowl. 10:54 left in the third. Ambush 3, Strykers 1.
Now they're going to overload the middle and play the goalie to that right side. Most aggressive bit of offense we've seen from the Strykers, trying to score their first goal on the road in the third quarter this season.
Wide open net on the other end. Stinson winds up. Spanks it wide. Martinez in pursuit against Stinson. Stinson staves him. And a whistle as Stinson goes down this time, foul against Martinez. They want to go quick. Referees say this is our crease. You got to slow it down. Martinez is another former Empire striker. Was out there in Southern California, 2023 to 2025. Diaz. Xylophoning with De La Torre.
Great one-on-one, man-to-man defense this whole game so far for the Ambush. And they continue. Briggs versus Diaz here. Can he get another win? Great help from SK, but Diaz,
Pretty
what a move. What a move!
Luckily, Chow Bond is able to deflect the shot.
Good pressure here from the Empire.
Zip down to Torrealba. Served in the corner for Cristo. Tries to get Turnage.
Better press break from the ambush.
And Cristo pokes it back to Torrealba. Goes near post. Narrowly misses off the ambush side.
He loves that left side spot on that side of the arena. That's where he's had some big moments this season. A couple of game-winning and game-changing goals from that exact spot where he almost beat Gomez there. Gomez up the right side again.
Toward the middle, Stinson. Cut off by O'Keefe. Trying to turn it back outside. Falzone in pursuit against Somo. Chalband creeps forward toward the midway line. Gratterall over to Gomez. Pulled up into the offense again. 8.5 left in the third. Gomez, the keeper out of Los Angeles, California. Stinson finds Alami, rolls it back to Apollo. Fly swatter work. Falzone springs it off the board. Chalband. Gratterall holds him off. And Torrealba, hot pursuit. Plenty of cardio for him. Ball played over the top. Diagonal picked up by Gratterall. Williamson trying to keep him pinned. Diaz slips inside against Chalband and then puts too much helium in it. Ambush will take it over halfway through the third. St. Louis 3, Empire 1. This is the Major Arena Soccer League. Mongolazo.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider for the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
The St. Louis Arch. Historic landmark in the greatest soccer city in America, the St. Louis Ambush, battling the Empire Strykers. 25 minutes away from the Arch tonight. Kudus Lawal takes one off the head, and we'll pause here for a moment as he gets his bearings back. Does keep his feet, which is good to see. Shakes it off. The Ambush have some great promos coming up, including the retirement of legend Mark Moser's jersey on February 7th, a bobblehead giveaway on February 21st, Star Wars Night on March 1st, and the annual mascot game on March 7th. Find the entire promotional schedule at stlambush.com. By the way, that is Ambush legend and Ambush broadcaster Mark Moser, frequent partner of ours on CBS Sports Colosso Network and MASL TV.
Mark Moser, the absolute best, absolutely deserving of it. Over 500 goals, 700 points in this league. Not in this league, but around different arena soccer leagues, I should say. An ambassador, though, for this league and this team now.
What a great guy.
And finally gets his name in the rafters alongside 3 other legends, and, of course, alongside that also legendary NPSL championship banner that he helped St. Louis bring home. The only professional soccer championship in the STL area.
Back in 1995.
I know it's special, but it is a little bit of a crime that the Steamers never won one.
I was going to say that'll be changed, I'm sure, soon. Somebody's going to win another championship soon.
I think the Ambush have a pretty good chance. Probably the best chance in the city, if I had to guess.
8 teams in the league this year. 6 make the playoffs. Ambush seem to be in the driver's seat for that. Of course, we've got MLS getting off the ground February 21st. That's a little bit closer to the Arch. Downtown STL.
Foul number 99, Empire.
Ali Shomo cited for the foul. Yuri went down alongside Stinson. Ambush restarting it. Another fact for you, that March 7th game will have the mascots playing at halftime. That's always a lot of fun. The opponent that day, these very same Empire Strykers. So if they've got a mascot they can send out, send him or her to join us at Family Arena. Make sure they bring their soccer boots with them. Oliveira held up briefly by Martinez. Cristo tried to poke it away. Alami brings it to a stop. Less than 6 left in the third. It's been a scoreless third. As has basically been the case the whole season for the Strikers. Ambush have done a little bit better in third quarters.
Ambush scoring really balanced across the different frames
Diaz of the game. Blocked by Briggs. Looked like it was labeled for the back post corner.
Sometimes a crucial component in winning is getting really lucky. And so far the Ambush have had the ball bounce all in their favor, including a lot of really potentially well-placed balls from Stinson off the wall. Have all bounced to no man's land, continue to fall the Ambush's way. The home field advantage playing out pretty well.
Quito stopped on the other side after the big block by Briggs. Perfectly positioned. He's back on the bench. Watching as the Strikers creep it by him.
Gomez pulling up. I'm surprised he's pulling back when he has such a wide open area down the right side. They're not threatening it at all.
Off the wall, Chalbad tennises away Gratterall's service. Back toward the midfield, Diaz. Over to Somo. Somo shaking and baking. Gates doesn't bite. Nice defense from Gates. Guides it all the way back toward Paulo. Borderline.
Oh, man.
Strikers wanted a handball.
He's been playing it so close lately.
Hernandez. Stinson has to run back to get it. Gates comes scurrying forward. Gomez settles it down, marshals the forces. We drip under 4 left in the third. Ambush still up by 2. Gomez challenges his counterpart, hits it right at Paulo. Battles it down, rescued by Diaz. Taking on Williamson. Right foot, Paulo gets fingertips, hits it up off the pink bar.
Diaz trying to break the math a little bit. 0 goals coming in. I was going to say double it, but adding 2 to his tally tonight is apparently his goal. already has one. 5th goal of his career in this league.
Sprays one to Falzone. Stays in play. Olami gets it back out toward De La Torre. 380. Olami peeling off the wall. Falzone all over him.
Olami's really had a solid season for Empire this year, but it's a really different game for him when he's not working off Fabian or he's not coming in to relieve Fabian after he's been pressuring the defense the whole night. When you lose a guy like Marco, it completely changes what the defense is going to do when they focus on you as the main part of the offense, not the secondary part, the Robin to the Batman, if you will.
I'm the Robin to your Batman, Rocchio. Not afraid to admit it.
We all know how that really works, don't worry. I was thinking more of you were the John to my Garfield, but if you want to put it that way, fine.
We had producer John Elam chiming in saying, "Can I be Batgirl?"
John's Odie in my Garfield reference, just saying.
I'm John's brother, Doc Boy. That was always my favorite one.
I'll be normal, for being honest.
We're getting lasagna from the concession stand next at the Family Arena. And we do that between the 3rd and 4th quarters, just about 2 minutes away from it.
47, Empire with the foul.
After De La Torre's foul, Cristo being bothered by Oliveira. Able to ventilate back to Paulo.
Ambush.
Swipe downfield toward Cristo.
Should be disappointed in this frame if they cannot add another one here. Empire haven't threatened enough, but neither have the Ambush really since the end of that first quarter. Very quiet 2nd and 3rds here.
Jamie, right before halftime, talking about a little bit of sluggishness.
Yep.
Has not been a dominant performance by the Ambush tonight, but still up by a couple of goals. Paulo wanted Falzone. Stolen away by Hernandez. Strykers, a lot of this. Left to go at their own pace out of the back.
They are pushing more forward, though. We're seeing Gomez get more involved in the offense in this 3rd quarter than the entire first half. They've been playing 2 players across the line instead of just 1, and now, in fact, they're pushing 3, although Diaz and Olami are going to switch around here. Do they run Gomez up this right flank into the Ambushes, give him that green space? Again, looks like they are. Rashad pinching in there from the top.
Olami, near side, fronted by Michaud. Olami slips it toward the top of the arc, played back by Ramallo. And Chavez once again defers to Hernandez. About 30 seconds left in this 3rd. Diaz.
Credit the Ambush coaching staff tonight. Not a lot of times where Robbie's been on the carpet in these moments when there's been long possessions by the Empire that would usually be a bad moment from Robbie. There's been a couple in the 2nd quarter, but none here in the 3rd. They've been able to keep Robbie away from these hard defensive situations.
10. Ramallo in front of the Ambush bench. Gomez pulled up. 4. Gomez tries his luck. Michaud gets a partial block, and that's all she wrote for the first 45.
It continues, Joey. The only scoreless frame in the entirety of the MLS remains the Empire on the road in the 3rd quarter.
3-1 Ambush as we go to the 4th. This is the Major Arena Soccer League. Galazzo.
Get ready to make unforgettable memories with your little ones at Elmo's Got the Moves. The all-new Sesame Street live show coming to your neighborhood. You'll be out of your seat and dancing along with Elmo, Abby, Cookie Monster, and their furry friends. May 3rd, the Family Arena. Tickets available at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. An experience you and your child will treasure long after the final song. Elmo's Got the Moves. See you on Sesame Street.
This is automatic. This is automatic.
3, let's go. I see you staring, but don't want no smoke. I hear you talking, but I'm here for the show. Don't get it twisted, baby, I snatch souls. If you murder, she wrote 1, 2, 3, let's go. I see you staring, but don't want no smoke. I hear you talking, but I'm here for the show. Don't get it twisted, baby, I snatch souls. If you murder, she wrote 1, 2, 3, let's go. I see you staring, but don't want no smoke. I hear you talking, but I'm here for the show.
Want more MASL action? Follow MASL and St. Louis Ambush on Facebook and Instagram. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Think the refs missed one? Find out on Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich, the MASL's most controversial show. Catch it every Friday on MASL TV on YouTube.
King Louis IX and the St. Louis Art Museum. This game hasn't exactly been a work of art for the Ambush, but up 3-1 despite being outshot 16-12 on goal. Half dozen block shots for each side. Ambush looking to lock up. Another win against the Strykers, a second this season, and move to 5-3-2 overall. It would drop the Strykers back to 2-6 overall on the season. One other game going on right now in the MASL. In the third, Comets lead the Stars 3-0. Tacoma goes back home to Kent, Washington to host this Strykers team on Sunday. One game for you tomorrow. San Diego Sockers in Milwaukee. That's a 6 o'clock Central start time between the Sockers and the Wave. Joey Zanaboni and Matthew Rocchio here for you. About 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Ambush up by a deuce.
15 minutes here for the Ambush to get a massive regulation win.
Gomez. It falls for Somo. Luckily, swats it high and wide.
Empire finally going to pull the trigger on getting Gomez higher. And it really is that right side of the field that you can continually have to watch for a streaking purple jersey. He's going to get involved with his Empire attack. Ambush going to have to really dig deep into that game plan bag from this week of practices to prepare for some potential offensive punch from the backside of the Empire Strikers offense.
Ambush looking to hold on for this W tonight. Would be the third at home in regulation this season if we can pull it out.
Getting all those points would be big for the Ambush. It's been a solid season, but the point total has been held back because of all the overtime games.
Ambush have won twice in overtime at home this year.
Paulo clearly not too happy, I think, with Colin O'Keefe there after a couple of quick successions of possession by the Empire following a turnover.
Paulo has this one squeegee back to him. Problems being caused in our end by Gratterall. Paulo goes over. Big Rob finds Robbie. Cristo looking for Turnich. Cristo just inside the gold line. He slices it back to Chalbot. Ambush players will be sticking around after the game to sign autographs on the field. Oh, good feed out of the back from Chalbot. Cristo just can't make contact with it. Remember, you can still bid on these Let's Kick Cancer Together specialty jerseys. Visit stlambush.com to get your bid in. Briggs with a header. Gratterall, he'll get it under control. Yuri comes sliding after him as the referee climbs onto the wall and watches things from a close angle. Tangle of bodies, and ultimately it's the Ambush cited for a foul as Yuri and O'Keefe go down with Gratterall. Somo. 2.5 into this fourth. Uses Ramallo.
3 players forward now for the Strykers. Gomez holding back now. But are they going to overload the left side with field players and bring up Gomez on the right side?
Creeping forward, Alami makes a little space. Paulo got a piece.
Oh, John Gates.
And John Gates
was
the one
exactly
to close the door.
Where he needed to be, anywhere else. And that might have been a very inopportune goal off of a diving Paulo, but John Gates, his shoulder where it needed to be.
Well, you factor that in with the one that Briggs blocked in the third quarter. Those two getting by Paulo, angled for the net. It could be a tie game if they had gotten by him.
That's the difference.
Paulo?
Take away these really tough shots that Paulo's had to face. All the saves, but a lower save percentage. The defense at times this season has just let Paulo get absolutely hammered with high percentage attempts. And that's the one thing they've kept away from Paulo this game.
Paulo entering play tonight with way over 100 saves already, 118 to pace all keepers. Right now he's made 13 saves on 14 shot attempts tonight against the Empire Strykers. On the other side, Gomez has made 3 saves on 6 shot attempts. Ant feeding back Chavez. Stinson thinking things over. Chavez, no clean angle toward the goal. Back to Stinson. Stinson left foot, partial deflection, and Paulo leaps up to punch it away. Briggs drives it away from Ant. The Strykers keep possession in the ambush yard. .10:22 left in regulation. Ambush up by 2. This is the same score we had at halftime. Falzoni has scored twice. Michaud has scored once. He's in front of Stinson. Stinson takes it right.
It's crazy how much this game slowed down here in the second half. Not really any crazy offensive push from the Strykers despite that fact. But the ambush not being able to build on it could end up being the bigger story here if they slip up.
Stinson. Gratterall, tough save for Paulo. Gets down to his right, parries it away. Keto and O'Keefe trying to break loose. Keto as Stinson goes down. Keto, ray of sunlight, tries to jam it home, and Colin O'Keefe.
What a play!
Right there! What an effort between Keto and O'Keefe to make it 4-1 St. Louis ambush.
It's literally the 100% perfect play by Ryan Keto. All you can do there, you're fighting for the ball. It's a foot race. You got to get the ball across the face of the goalie, but you can't do it with a pass because of the positioning where the defender is, but you got the wall to use, and Ryan Keto, the young man in here for the second game in a row, does it, uses the wall perfectly, and put it on an absolute tee for Riley O'Keefe. What a moment there for the young man, Ryan Keto. That is his second career assist, his second career point, and his first one of the season in his third game played of the year. What a play by Ryan Keto, potentially sticking a nail in that coffin.
Now this is under review.
I'm guessing the physical play to win the ball might be questioned by the Strykers. That's fair. It was a pretty physical play there. A lot of hands on jerseys being used to torque players off the ball. But nonetheless, an impressive play by Keto. Pretty clearly there. He uses his hand to kind of turn the jersey a little bit of Ant Powell, I believe it was. Or we're focusing on Jeff Michaud here, actually.
Michaud was the one who
for a handball
started it out. And I wonder if Keto, if he handed it close to the circle there, get kind of an arm out. That could be something they're looking at as well. What an effort, though, as you said, Matt, by Keto to somehow force
here
the
it is,
ball
arms up.
across
Yeah. That last little bit of the review, they sped it up at a bad part. But I can see what they're calling for, what they want, and I think it might be a good call here. Ooh, his arm was up on that ball. Very good eyes here by the Strykers. I know we're getting a lot of chanting and cheering from the ambush faithful, but I'm not sure why, Joey, because that looks like a pretty good review from the Strykers.
I understood everything you said perfectly there, Matt.
It would be a bummer to take this one off, though, because Kidu, again, his second career assist, second career point. Take that away from him would be a bummer. Just his 20th career game, the young man who played on the MASL 2 roster.
Call here from Cindy.
After review, the call on the field of goal stands.
Strykers look confused. They look befuddled.
No explanation necessary. Ambush up 4-1. O'Keefe gets the goal, assisted by Kido. Signs and tosses another Siteman Cancer Center ball into the stands on Kick Cancer night. Fantastic goal for the ambush, and challenges will be a thing of the past for Abassi and the Strykers team.
Also really impressive. It's not a lot of goals, and obviously the low-scoring nature makes it seem like a good run, but 4 goals here, and the consistency of the offense at times from the ambush tonight without Lucas Almeida has been huge. He's got 6 assists on this team. Obviously leads the team in assists, was the MASL's pass master last year. To not have a guy like Almeida coordinating this offense coming back home, good job by the ambush getting enough.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the guys that Empire is missing, but Lucas Almeida as well as James Togba and James Thomas out tonight for St. Louis. Almeida was listed as questionable with a knee injury, and he is not out there tonight to orchestrate his usual magic. Ambush have still managed 4 in El Abuelo's absence. Closing in on a win as the clock drizzles under 9. Somo trying to catalyze things for the Strykers against Torrealba. Off the wall, Alami. Good partial block from Williamson. Ball that lacked nutrition. Snatched by a diving Paulo. Downfield to Cristo, perfect feed, Cristo! Maybe came up and hit him in the hand there as he bursted through. Didn't get exactly the touch he wanted, and gets whistled for it. Ball goes back to the Strykers. Cristo knows he missed one there.
Foul on Robbie Cristo, his first of the second half.
Cristo signed it for a foul.
Wonder if Graham. Wonder if they're going to be pulling the goalie at any point here. They obviously, offense is built around adding the goaltender, but Gomez hasn't been that involved. I wonder if they pull him and go with a 6th attacker at some point here, Joey.
And typically, in reviewing some of their film, that's been Chavez. That's who it was when they were trying to come back against the ambush in Southern California about a month ago. He donned the red extra attacker jersey. Remember, Empire did score with about 17 seconds left in that game.
It's been an issue for the ambush this season, letting those last-minute goals. It's directly responsible for why they've played a few of them in extra time.
That made it 5-4. Gratterall lets it loose, but just misses high. Ball tumbles down as Gates fights for it against Stinson, and it's Gates who cited for the foul with 7:34.
No red jersey has popped up yet on the bench of the Strykers. I would guess we'll get another minute and a half or so before we see it.
Diaz's
at some point,
red shoes.
At some point, they got to pull the trigger, Joey. 3-goal deficit, and the time is a-clicking. Gomez, though, getting involved.
Ooh, pretty move, but there's a foul right by the ambush goal. Stinson sent down Gates, hit him in the face, it looked like.
Didn't catch
Gates
that one.
Still writhing around. Ball will go to the ambush, up 4-1, 7:18 left in this contest tonight. Ambush are back on January 24th, and the Ambush are hosting a game day clinic that Saturday prior to the game. For $75, you get a ticket to the game, a soccer clinic run by professional ambush players, and a t-shirt. $75 includes all taxes and fees. Sign up at stlambush.com. Ambush again back on January 24th against the Milwaukee Wave, 4:05 p.m. first kick in the contest. Michaud out of the back. Michaud skee ball work. Falzone pinball work. O'Keefe trying to run onto it. Thwarted by Lawal. Out with it come the Strykers. Do they have a last gasp or two in them? Ben Sudduth tried to find his way through. He's been lightly used tonight. It's up back in midfield now. Oliveira. Oliveira, he'll defer as well. Chavez. Alami. De La Torre. Gomez. Right side. Tries the same move. Gives to De La Torre. Never makes its way through the forest. Williamson got a piece. Chavez against Michaud. Under 6. Gomez again, the keeper. Try to go top shelf.
He's
It's
had
up
some of the
plexiglass instead.
He's had some of the most dangerous of these 24 shots on goal, almost doubling up the ambush, by the way. Our Empire right now in shots on goal, 24-13.
Chavez, swatted by Paulo.
Oh my Lord! How is this still just one goal for the Strykers? Unbelievable.
O'Keefe, that's how. O'Keefe has scored when he saves one. Clogs things up like deer chili in the bathroom sink.
Credit the ambush's outfield players for getting on the line, though. Throwing their bodies out with abandon to keep this game low scoring.
Diaz tried to get him going down the right side. He's the only one who scored tonight for the Strykers. That was early in the first quarter. Michaud, Falzone twice, and O'Keefe have scored since.
Pretty incredible. You're not going to see it really, many shutouts in this league, but to see a goalie shut out a team for the majority of a game, as Paulo is right now on pace to do so, one of the more impressive feats you'll ever see in this league. And you got to give a lot of credit to the defense, as we saw. It's not just Paulo saving the ball a couple of times here. An ambush player has taken it off the white line for him.
Briggs has a stop shot on the line. Gates has one, O'Keefe has one. No need for anybody to block that as Alami airmails it. 4:34 left. Ambush 4. Strykers 1. Ambush closing in on a 5th win this season. This is the MASL on Galazzo.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
Ambush up 4-1 despite facing 11 shots in the 4th off of Empire Striker feet. St. Louis getting a virtuoso performance from Paulo and good fan support. Paulo having to work with Martinez in the back. Randy, Torrealba, little hezzy move. Chased down by the lightly used Sudduth. Cristo wins it back. Robbie, just too strong. Sends Lawal down on the wall. Cristo reaching back, now goes down himself, and a bunch of guys in a blender. Cuisinart mode, and it's Torrealba who emerges as the beneficiary, giving a primal yaw, in the words of Walt Whitman, after the foul by De La Torre. Torrealba, great energy, comes unicorning through, heads it into the corner. Gates trying to win it there. Leaks back toward Briggs. Aerial, Cristo, punched by Gomez, chested by Torrealba. Hits it hard into the legs of number 44, Dutra. Now it's Lawal on the other side.
He was on his horse, only one paying attention to the ball. Smart play there by Kudus.
And he goes down against Martinez. 3:40 left. They still have not gone to that sixth attacker, though, with the amount they've been using Gomez. It's like 6 attackers in the offensive end. Left for Stinson. Can't get anything clean. Falzone and Torrealba on the defense. Gomez, as Hernandez went down looking for a foul against Martinez. Gomez plays it, and it ends up back with Hernandez. Stinson crawls it in. Ants from the gold line. Gomez pulled up. Somo robbed again by Paulo. Spooned by Briggs. Bad decision by Briggs. Paulo frustrated as that gets dolloped to the fans.
Selected as the under the yellow umbrella cutting edge player of the game. Visit them on historic.
Well, it gives a little breath of life here to a Strykers team that has just 2:53 left.
Tons of St. Louis ambush gear in their store. Once again, stick around for the yellow umbrella cutting edge player of the game.
Stinson eyes it, gives it to De La Torre, gets deflected in at the back post. A 4-2 ball game. Strykers finally strike for the first time since the first. Williamson was on the defense, and Chavez was in the area. We'll wait for the official ruling as timeout comes through, and the Strykers and Ambush will gather up around their respective benches.
They've been absolutely peppering Paulo and the Ambush, closing in on 30 shots on goal. And an impressive one here. Stinson just sets it one up, an absolutely blitzer from De La Torre. Williamson, though, reads it, plays it well, make sure he's covering the back post there in case they're trying to slip that pass into a waiting Chavez. But unfortunately, momentum and positioning puts Rob Williamson right in the spot to redirect De La Torre's shot right into the back of the net. 4-2, 2 goals to close out this lead for the Strykers with 2:51 left to play. Still no red jersey, though, on their bench, Joey.
Assisted by number 10, Justin Stinson. The Ambush still lead 4-2 with 2:51 left in the game.
And it looks like the official scoring table is going to give it to De La Torre. It did bounce in off of Williamson, but
we don't do own goals in this league, Joey.
De La Torre.
That's like De La Torre for putting that screamer on net, baby. He earned it.
He scores the second goal of the night for an Empire Strikers team that suddenly finds itself more back into it. De La Torre, he is from the windiest city in the United States. Matt, you're a geography buff. Can you name it off the top of your head without looking at the roster?
I mean, it's not Chicago, even though you call
It's
it
not
Windy
Chicago.
City. It's the windiest city.
They call Chicago Windy City because their politicians are so windy.
Yes.
Little known fact about Chicago.
The vortexes that come off the lake.
This is the real deal, the windiest city. I was there once. It was like 35-mile-per-hour winds.
I'm going to go, does the city also have a lake effect?
Not that I know of.
All right, I'm stumped. What is it?
Beautiful Dodge City, Kansas.
Oh, I should have known it was a flat city like that. No, not a tree within miles to slow down that wind speed.
That's right, nothing to break it up. We know they're listening.
Well, there's
out
cows somewhere.
Beautiful Dodge City, Kansas. Tonight on Galazzo. Hello over to everybody in.
That's usually
Dodge
what I
City.
do. That's usually what I do to Kansas.
Played back toward the center circle. Gomez pulls up there, working with Gratterall. Pieced in, easy enough for Paulo to eject. Clotheslines it off the head of Falzone. Falzone being jostled by Diaz, got it to Uri. Diaz comes up with the take. Falzone gets him from behind. $1.48 left tonight. Chavez.
That's his first this time. Let's go, ambush. Everybody!
Stinson up top. 1:30 left to Gomez. Keeper lets it loose. Smashes it off the board. Ant heads it down to Stinson. Michaud in pursuit. Gomez with the goal empty behind him. Taps the brakes. Ant. Over to the purple-clad keeper.
Players like
69
Ant Powell,
seconds.
Stinson, these guys are going to need to be closer to the goal if they're going to close this game out.
Last minute.
Gomez off the side.
This is way too much time being killed.
Ant, far post.
There we
Just
go.
misses. Stinson picks up the pieces. Williamson. Big block by Big Rob. Michaud. Balloons it downfield. Gomez, not a great touch. Guido on the takeaway. Guido on the wall. Corkscrewed down by Diaz. No call. There's a challenge flag on the field with 37 ticks.
Is Kidu still down now? Diaz hands up. Oh man, Kidu, the effort playing off the wall, almost had it again. The young man Ryan Kidu. Now we are going to get the trainer out there. We'll see if he's holding his ankle, and he looks like he's in some pain.
What a great effort from Kido. He set up that
Incredible.
goal by O'Keefe with just a fantastic, gritty run. And I think it should be a blue card penalty kick. That's my unofficial judgment.
One of the better
Referees are at the video review.
One of the better Wallace scorer we've seen this season so far from the ambush, courtesy of Kido. He almost had another one.
Is awarded one challenge flag per game. The challenge that
Ambush wait until we're inside of 40 seconds to go in regulation to use our challenge flag.
2 challenges per team per game.
We will see if Locker wins it and maintains it in case he has to use it again, or if this is no blue card penalty, no penalty kick. That is the ruling on the field. And as we saw during that challenge that the Strykers made on the goal that O'Keefe scored set up by Kido, that does make a difference. Ambush leading 4-2. Diaz scored first for the Strykers, then Jeff Michaud answered, both those goals unassisted. Falzone from Gates, and then Falzone from Uri. After that, O'Keefe from Kido made it 4-1 Ambush. De La Torre scored one off of Williamson just moments ago, really, as the fans give a nice hand to a recovering Kido, able to get to his feet, though he does have to pause and doubles over, is still in the Strikers box. 37.6 left as Kido is back and walking toward the Ambush bench. Looks like Saney and his crew are probably ready to make a ruling. And here they come to the field side microphone passed to them by DJ Prue.
After review, the call on the field of no foul stands is called.
Call stands. Both teams out of challenge flags. Fans not thrilled with that. 37.6 to go.
We're still winning 4-2, and here's 37 seconds. I need you to get up on your feet.
Prue cheers him up, reminds him of the score.
Here's the red jersey from the Strikers. Feels a little
It's Chavez.
too late for Chavez and company to try to get 2 goals on the board against the league leader in saves.
By the way, DJ Prue's my player of the game. He's pulling double duty, DJing and filling in for Nate the Great, our PA announcer. Here comes Stinson, less than 30. Stinson makes his own space. Paulo jousts it down, won't let it hit the green mattress. He'll take more sand out of the hourglass and then stop the clock. 17 seconds left. Paulo calls for a timeout. Ambush up 4-2, about to win for the 5th time this season, the 2nd time over the Strykers. It would push us to 3-1-1 at home. It would drop Empire to 2-6 overall, 1-4 on the road. Again, they are on the road to battle Tacoma on Sunday. The Ambush, meanwhile, take on the Milwaukee Wave on Saturday, January 24th with an early kickoff of 4:05 p.m. Central Time. The first 1,000 in the arena will get a free rally towel, courtesy of Greenleaf Procurement. Check out the channel guide at maslsoccer.com to find all the dates, times, and streaming locations for all of the major Arena Soccer League games. Jeff Locker, his staff, and the team leaders, they are in meeting mode to work out the final push of this game. Don't want to give anything away carelessly in the back.
"17 seconds, I mean, it's hard not to close this one out. That's why I'm so surprised it took till halfway through the final minute of the game for the Strykers to pull the plug, because now 17 seconds left. It's a restart for the Ambush. You have to put Gomez back in goal.
We got 17 seconds left.
Well, it just seems like the Strykers, they never gave themselves a chance to win this game after like the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Waiting until that long was an interesting move. It could have worked out in some ways, but clearly never gave them the chance to really win this game.
Cristo dolphins it. Gomez played well as a 6th attacker in their defense. Cristo can't handle it on the board over the Clover sign. I agree with you. Probably too little, too late for the Strykers. And the Ambush are going to win this by a final score of 4-2.
Huge win, getting all the points. No need for overtime or a shootout today.
Fantastic work by the Ambush. Michaud, Falzone twice, and O'Keefe all score as the Ambush down a Strykers side that got goals from Diaz and De La Torre. 1482 at the Family Arena tonight. Thanks to everybody who made this special. Kick Cancer Night, always a poignant and special evening. So many of the players, coaches, and fans out here supporting those whose lives have been touched by the scourge of cancer. All of our best wishes to everyone involved with Kick Cancer Night. Happy to raise funds for the Siteman Cancer Center Discovery Fund. Ambush again winners by a final score of 4-2 back home, 4 o'clock on January 24th against the Milwaukee Wave. We've got our cutting edge under the yellow umbrella player of the game, and congrats to Jeff Michaud on winning that. We've also got Angela Sharp about to be joined from players from both teams to talk about tonight's game as the great Ambush staff set up the tables for the player autograph session. It'll start in just about 10 minutes on Axios Field. Stinson is with Angela Sharp. Let's throw it to her and the local kid.
Hey, thank you, that's right. I'm down here with Mr. Stinson. How many years ago was it that you played for the Ambush?
I think it's 7.
7 years. So it's far enough removed, right?
I don't know. I always call this my home. My family came out. The fans are awesome. Yeah, it's unfortunate we didn't get the win, but...
Well, you're a local kid, so I expected the family to come out and cheer you on, right? I know you're disappointed, obviously. When your family's out here, more importantly, I think, than anything, you want to win. And you were really pushing hard, even in the last minute and a half. What keeps you guys going, even when it looks so dire to you?
Yeah, I think this is a tough road trip for us. We play again on Sunday, so just recouping and getting ready for Sunday.
Well, you know what? Good luck to you. Make sure you go and visit some with your family over there. Let's hear it for our local Mr. Stinson down here. Back to you guys.
Thanking Angela Sharp and Justin Stinson on the field. Jeff Michaud, our cutting-edge player of the game, is going to join Angela Sharp in just a moment. 21 saves for Paulo. Big win for the Ambush. And when you know it, it was in regulation. Ambush and Strykers season series not done. Strykers will be back here on March 7th for the annual Window World mascot game that's so much fun at Family Arena in St. Charles. Thank you again to DJ Prue for double duty tonight, filling in for Nate the Great, our PA announcer, and doing the DJ work. Great job by him and the entire staff.
Yeah, fantastic day today. DJ Prue on his game as always. The Ambush on their game as well. We talked about it in the pregame, Joey. It went exactly how we thought. Offense did enough, but the defense really stepped up and gave Paulo a fighting chance. Again, they don't care if they let up a lot of shots necessarily against Paulo. It's about necessarily quality shots. And there were really only 2 or 3 really dangerous opportunities for the Empire Strikers tonight, and Paulo was able to cut out a majority of them.
And I think Jeff Michaud's bringing a special guest with him. He's got Jetson Jerome, his son, who was born a little less than a month ago, I believe, who's in his arms.
Look at the little
as
earmuffs.
he joins Angela. We're going to send it down to Angela Sharp, Jeff Michaud, and baby Jetson Jerome.
I am actually very excited about this. I know we're going to talk about your play, but 10 days ago, you have a big life moment. Can you introduce us to your friend here?
One of the biggest blessings I've been able to have in my life. This is Jetson Jerome, Jet for short, or JJ, but we're extremely excited to have him join us.
I'm excited to have him join us here too. Now, obviously you had a great game today. You got a goal. He was here for it. I don't know that he saw it, but he was here for it. What does it mean to you to be able to play now with even more to go for?
Oh, absolutely. Life changed as soon as he came out. A lot more purpose and meaning. But no, it's absolutely a blessing to have him here and enjoy these moments with me and my family.
I love it. We're so happy for you. What kept you guys going? The Ambush obviously took that lead in that first half. There wasn't much action, though, then again to the fourth. What kept you guys on, holding on?
Kind of the taste of that last result that we had. We felt like we should have walked away with 3 points in Tacoma. So the boys, we were just a little bit angry and hungry to not let the same thing happen.
I love it. How about we walk over here to this guy so we can show off the newest edition here of the family. Everybody, let's hear it for your player of the game. And the tiny baby with the little earphones on, so cute. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Angela. Thank you to Jeff. And thank you to Jetson, the youngest guest in the history of CBS Sports, Galazzo. Ambush win at 4-2. We'll wrap it up right after this. It's the Major Arena Soccer League on Galazzo.
Society has an obligation to help others when others are struggling. Families can become distressed because they lose their father. Now a mother's forced to raise their 3 children. How does she get a job? How does she create the means to take care of her kids?
For nearly 30 years, National Core and Hope Through Housing have changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of individuals, providing housing, offering hope, transforming communities. National Core and Hope Through Housing, building the future of community.
Get ready for Filter. Live in concert with Finger 11. And Local H. Friday, March 13th, the Family Arena. Get tickets now at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Don't miss this show.
Ambush win and the fans win. Ambush players sticking around after the game to sign autographs, thanks to our friends from Sumner One for the posters that the players are signing down on the field. 4-2 Ambush winner, despite being outshot 32-14. 21 saves tonight for Paulo, just 3 for his counterpart Gomez on the other side. Ambush defense did block 9 shots, including 3 that really got by Paulo and had a chance to go in. It was a tight one. It wasn't the prettiest win the Ambush have ever had, but in the end, 4-2. We'll take it over the Strykers.
Impressive game there. Only 27 saves for Brandon Gomez. Really steps up. Had only come into one game. Had only seen 14 shots. Coming into the game to walk away with 21 saves. Unbelievable performance from the goaltender there. Obviously just not enough from the offense of the Strykers tonight.
Ambush victorious over the Strykers for the second time this season. Beat them 5-4 earlier this season in California. Great to see the guys hanging around, talking with the fans. We'll be back with a 4 p.m. first kick on January 24th against our Midwest rivals, the Milwaukee Wave. Thank you to all the great Ambush staff, of course, the owners, Jeff Locker and Shelley Clark. Everybody here at the arena, especially our great producer, John Elam, his entire crew. Fantastic work, as always. For the best analyst in the business, I'm Joey Zanaboni. He's Matt Rocchio. This has been MASL Soccer on CBS Sports Golazo.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or 2.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
gets stripped the other way. Come the Strykers, and Paulo gets stripped the other way. Come the Strykers, and Paulo gets stripped the other way. Come the Strykers, and Paulo gets stripped the other way. Come the Strykers, and Paulo
has been entered into the lineup, played well in Tacoma. Been brought back for today. Also in the has been entered into the lineup, played well in Tacoma. Been brought back for today. Also in the has been entered into the lineup, played well in Tacoma. Been brought back for today. Also in the has been entered into the lineup, played well in Tacoma. Been brought back for today. Also in the Empire Strykers have unfortunately not been able to make it easier, although Empire Strykers have unfortunately not been able to make it easier, although Empire Strykers have unfortunately not been able to make it easier, although Empire Strykers have unfortunately not been able to make it easier, although Gomez 0-1 this season, has faced just 13 shots and allowed 7 of them through.
Good block by Martinez.
But what a way.
The next one finds its way onto the crossbar.
Gomez 0-1 this season, has faced just 13 shots and allowed 7 of them through.
Good block by Martinez.
But what a way.
The next one finds its way onto the crossbar.
An absolute.
Strykers take the advantage.
An absolute. Gomez 0-1 this season, has faced just 13 shots and allowed 7 of them through.
Good block by Martinez.
But what a way.
The next one finds its way onto the crossbar.
Gomez 0-1 this season, has faced just 13 shots and allowed 7 of them through.
Good block by Martinez.
But what a way.
The next one finds its way onto the crossbar. The wall to himself, won't get the second shot off.
I knew it was going to be something impressive, but Walter Diaz, that is his first goal.
The wall to himself, won't get the second shot off.
I knew it was going to be something impressive, but Walter Diaz, that is his first goal.
The wall to himself, won't get the second shot off.
I knew it was going to be something impressive, but Walter Diaz, that is his first goal.
The wall to himself, won't get the second shot off.
I knew it was going to be something impressive, but Walter Diaz, that is his first goal.
2-1-1 at home. Sneaks through somewhat dangerously. Falzone gets it out of the ambush end. Falzone, not much, surrounded by white jerseys he could do. Somo gets through, maybe a little tug. Williamson influences it away. Chalbad, ball in the back. And there's a blue card, taking out the first we've seen in the game. 2-1-1 at home. Sneaks through somewhat dangerously. Falzone gets it out of the ambush end. Falzone, not much, surrounded by white jerseys he could do. Somo gets through, maybe a little tug. Williamson influences it away. Chalbad, ball in the back. And there's a blue card, taking out the first we've seen in the game. 2-1-1 at home. Sneaks through somewhat dangerously. Falzone gets it out of the ambush end. Falzone, not much, surrounded by white jerseys he could do. Somo gets through, maybe a little tug. Williamson influences it away. Chalbad, ball in the back. And there's a blue card, taking out the first we've seen in the game. 2-1-1 at home. Sneaks through somewhat dangerously. Falzone gets it out of the ambush end. Falzone, not much, surrounded by white jerseys he could do. Somo gets through, maybe a little tug. Williamson influences it away. Chalbad, ball in the back. And there's a blue card, taking out the first we've seen in the game.
Unbelievable.
Strykers have scored just 2 power play goals this season. Won't get their third.
Unbelievable.
Strykers have scored just 2 power play goals this season. Won't get their third.
Unbelievable.
Strykers have scored just 2 power play goals this season. Won't get their third.
Unbelievable.
Strykers have scored just 2 power play goals this season. Won't get their third. Somo collects the loose change. Good work by Yuri to muscle it away from him. Nishad leads the charge. Unleash the right foot. Oh, yeah. Somo collects the loose change. Good Good work by Yuri to muscle it away from him. Nishad leads the charge. Unleash the right foot. Oh, yeah, baby! Jeff Bichard launching a missile into the freezer like he's bringing a bazooka to a cryogenics laboratory. Short-handed goal, and the ambush have evened it up 1-1 in the first.
Mashad's been having a huge season.
Somo collects the loose change. Good work by Yuri to muscle it away from him. Nishad leads the charge. Unleash the right foot. Oh, yeah! Somo collects the loose change. Good work by Yuri to muscle it away from him. Nishad leads the charge. Unleash the right foot. Oh, yeah!
6 shots on goal.
From the right side to the foot of Malsoni. Puts it on the top shelf. Ambush lead.
6 shots on goal.
From the right side to the foot of Malsoni. Puts it on the top shelf. Ambush lead.
Mauro Falsone has been such a 6 shots on goal.
From the right side to the foot of Malsoni. Puts it on the top shelf. Ambush lead.
6 shots on goal.
From the right side to the foot of Malsoni. Puts it on the top shelf. Ambush lead.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
Take advantage of, they are able to stay this patient.
Oh, Paula.
His second assist of the year. Would have been an impressive little movement there. Falsone
that's well done.
finishes.
Yuri Falsone!
Take it that
way. In the zone!
His second assist of the year. Would have been an impressive little movement there. Falsone
that's well done.
finishes.
Yuri Falsone!
Take it that
In the zone!
Better way to do it.
Yuri, the former striker, slipping, slithering.
His second assist of the year. Would have been an impressive little movement there. Falsone
that's well done.
finishes.
Yuri Falsone!
Take it that
In the zone!
His second assist of the year. Would have been an impressive little movement there. Falsone
that's well done.
finishes.
Yuri Falsone!
Take it
In
that
the zone! Gomez. 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 Way. Keto and O'Keefe trying to break loose. Keto as Stinson goes down. Keto, ray of sunlight, tries to jam it home and Callan away. Keto and O'Keefe trying to break loose. Keto as Stinson goes down. Keto, ray of sunlight, tries to jam it home and Callan O'Keefe. What a play! Right there. What an effort between Keto and O'Keefe to make it 4-1 St. Louis ambush.
It's literally the 100% perfect play by Ryan Keto. All you can do there, you're fighting for the ball. It's a foot race. You got to get the ball.
Way. Keto and O'Keefe trying to break loose. Keto as Stinson goes down. Keto, ray of sunlight, tries to jam it home and Callan away. Keto and O'Keefe trying to break loose. Keto as Stinson goes down. Keto, ray of sunlight, tries to jam it home and Callan.
Opposite. And the time is a-clicking. Gomez, though, getting involved.
Ooh, pretty move, but there's a foul.
Opposite. And the time is a-clicking. Gomez, though, getting involved.
Ooh, pretty move, but there's a foul.
Opposite. And the time is a click, and Gomez, though, getting involved.
Pretty move, but there's a foul.
Opposite. And the time is a click, and Gomez, though, getting involved.
Pretty move, but there's a foul. Eisen gives it to De La Torre. Gets deflected in at the back post. Eisen gives it to De La Torre. Gets deflected in at the back post. The 4-2 ball game. Strykers finally strike for the first time since the first. Eisen gives it to De La Torre. Gets deflected in at the back post. Eisen gives it to De La Torre. Gets deflected in at the back post. Michaud balloons it downfield. Gomez, not a great touch. Guido on the takeaway. Guido on the wall. Corkscrew down. Michaud balloons it downfield. Gomez, not a great touch. Guido on the takeaway. Guido on the wall. Corkscrew down. Michaud balloons it downfield. Gomez, not a great touch. Guido on the takeaway. Guido on the wall. Corkscrew down. Michaud balloons it downfield. Gomez, not a great touch. Guido on the takeaway. Guido on the wall. Corkscrew down. Jeff Michaud launching a missile into the freezer like he's bringing a... Jeff Michaud launching a missile into the freezer like he's bringing a... Jeff Michaud launching a missile into the freezer like he's bringing a... Jeff Michaud launching a missile into the freezer like he's bringing a...